Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Today we discover a sumptuous collaboration between Laurent Ferrier and Wei Koh's Revolution and Rake. I think it's a match made in heaven. Both being so passionate about the history of watchmaking. This is the Laurent Ferrier classic Micro-Rotor Revolution and the Rake, a limited edition of only 12 pieces. They made a couple of different watches. This one is the classic Micro-Rotor, a movement that we've seen in a different form in another watch on the channel before. Here it is, absolutely sumptuous. And it's a watch that at a distance really doesn't look that special, but really more than any other watch I've featured, rewards the closer inspection. So let me zoom in a little bit more, and you can see now how refined the beautiful case with a bit of a claw there at the end of the integrated lugs, and the dial in particular with the sunburst salmon type of a finish. Look at the gorgeous hands, which are just so close to the dial. You have a light sunken seconds hand sub-dial with the concentric finishes. And you will notice the finish, I believe it's called opaline, on the minute track is slightly different than the finish on the rest of the dial. Again, when you look closer from the front, the numerals don't look that special, but they are actually made of white gold, which are ruthenium treated to match with the rest of the dial. And you can see how much gold you are actually getting on those upright numerals. The overall look is sector dial, of course. Just a wonderful timepiece, and you can see how different it is from a distance and up close, which is great. You have a fairly discreet type of watch that maybe the people in the know will recognize, and then up close it is your own pleasure to own this watch, which is available right now at backwatchdepartment.com, who I collaborate with to present you this sumptuous piece. Now let's turn around the watch. By the way, this is the original strap, cousu if you wonder how to pronounce the word. It just means that it's stitched by hand. Here is the buckle, lovely profile. The watch is like new, it hasn't been worn at all. And yes, this is the famous Micro-Rotor movement. Let me switch on the the page on the internet to make sure that I get this properly. So yeah, off-centered 18 karat solid gold with a pole fitted unidirectional winding rotor fixed between the main plate and the bridge, and equipped with a silent block shock absorbing system, if you can make out which part that refers to. What's interesting with this movement here is the natural escapement with double direct impulse on the directly on the balance, which is inspired by Abraham Louis Breguet, the godfather of classic watchmaking. Silicon pallet lever with a self-lubricating properties, escape wheels in a phosphorus nickel alloy, produced according to Liga technology. No idea what that means, but you can see what the result looks like. And of course you have the absolutely exquisite beveling, one of the very best in the business. Laurent Ferrier, as a reminder, worked for 30 years with Patek Philippe. Look at the outward angle here, how sharp it is. The beveling around the polished screws in black polish and around all the jewels. Revolution and the Rake signature at the top. I've masked for discretion purpose the serial number, 1 out of 12 pieces. You see sort of the finishing on the rotor. I really like this this part of the movement in a sort of a seashell finish. Let you admire all the elements. So it's a free sprung balance. You can see the little weights all around the balance to that can be used to adjust to extremely precise here 6 position adjustment that once it is reached will be very stable. And look at the beautiful beveling here. And you know, when it comes to price, yeah, these are expensive in the around I think $50,000 for the retail of this. You can have a nice discount buying this one from Backwatch Department once again, who collaborates to present this watch on the channel. But when you compare to the price of, for example, the entry level of the wonderful FP Journe, the finishing here will be much better and fully done by hand. You're not going to get that type of sharp bevels on the FP Journe. Now let me power this watch very gently. It has hardly been used. Let me get it closer to the mic. Not too close. I don't want to magnetize the watch. Now that we have it going, we can take a look at the balance wheel. There you go. Sometimes it just takes a little shake to bring it to life. And it beats at 3 Hertz, 21,600 VPH, so not too fast like a classic watches. Just a beautiful architecture on this movement. I hope you're enjoying discovering it. 72 hours of power reserve, and I wouldn't swim with this watch. 30 meters of water resistance, 35 joules, 186 components. So there you go. Again, a big thanks to a Backwatch Department. Let me know, guys, a bit what you think about this beautiful piece, and I will again gently put it on my wrist so you get an idea of how it wears. It's only 40 millimeters, and wears to perfection. So this is the front shot and the side shot. And again, I think a great color choice for this sort of gray blue, gray. It's really the tone of the watch, gray and salmon, and a bit of white stitching, and a beautiful, really beautiful case, I have to say. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed discovering the Laurent Ferrier Classic Micro-Rotor Revolution and the Rake Limited Edition. Bye bye, guys.